Okay.
What a coincidence
That.
after talking about stress and stress relief, we have a stress relief here.
Machine.
Good morning.
Chidi Uzoma.
Yes.
But you know him as Baba Di Baba.
Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning.
Mr. Ayo, good morning. No.
Happy New Year
Same
to you.
to you. We'll meet again.
We'll meet again. I hope Mr. Oluwolabi did it. You know he was here for DSS.
That sounds ominous. We meet again. Sounds like James Bond and the bad guy.
You know, he's one of those people
Of course. Yes.
I was talking about Mr. Olabi. I hope Mr. Olabi has not come after you.
His children called me.
Oh.
So I'm now making money with their father's story.
So where's their own share?
I was not paid that day. I thought that I'm pretty sure I do. They don't pay me for that show.
They won't believe you. Baba Di Baba is a comedian, compere, and actor. And he says he's the comedian with the biggest ears and Africa's #1 storyteller. Let me check out those.
No, the ears are even reducing now. You know, I'm not adding weight.
Oh, so the ears are looking like they match.
They match now. You know, initially I was slim while I had a very big head. So that time that poverty was still showing me shege.
But now you are showing poverty shege.
God has been faithful. Let me not say what will make kidnappers start looking for me. because those guys are everywhere watching TV. Okay, say don't make them. Wait, let's track him. So I'm trying to be careful. Nobody admits that he has made money now. Everybody is on low key. You know, even politicians say they share money. They say, you know, we are not sharing money, but you will come. When you come around, now money you go collect, but they will not say it. So I cannot start telling that I have made it.
Well, that's not to say that you have not.
No, what are you trying to say? No, God has been faithful. So, and the ministry is going to be a permanent site. Yes.
If the ministry is moving to the permanent site, and that's a sure sign of
no, I don't want us to attract
moving upwardly.
Yes, by the grace of God. So I don't want to admit anything, so they will not call me.
But you know, don't want to also deny it.
Okay, they said
No, your own job is comedy. My job is questions.
Well, then you're asking me indicting questions.
No, the DSS is not here.
But I was here the other day.
Yeah, you were here for DSS,
yeah,
but DSS was not here.
Invited me over the other time.
No, DSS arrested you.
Arrested?
Yes.
They arrest poor people and invite rich people.
Oh, really?
Yes. Yes, they invite rich people.
We arrested Alibaba as well, and Bakasi, and Sako.
And you invited me.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
so I was not actually arrested.
You are the rich one. They were the poor ones.
So no go talk with things to make person. You know, this is our industry. You use joke and enter problem. Now somebody will watch this show and cut out the other parts and say, okay, they are the poor ones, you are the rich. They will now show it to them. Then I don't enter problem. A lot of people have landed in problems like this.
Can you please tell me what a graduate of computer science is doing, talking to me about comedy? Okay,
I actually did computer science because I couldn't read stories. I couldn't go to the art class. I was finding it difficult to read. Even till now, I still find it difficult to read. So I was used to mathematics, anything that has to do with touching hands, doing.
So why didn't you study mathematics or whatever mathematics?
So I had to go do computer science too. So I had to go to do the science, and then after everything, I dumped my certificates. Although I still studied them. I did the website design, journalism also, you know. Because of the nature of the job, I had to do one or two things that would, like journalism and presentation. So I studied those things. But that's computer science thing, I just did it for my father. You know, our parents want you to do this one, whereas you want something else for yourself. So I had to do it, and after everything, I gave him the certificate. I don't finish. This is it.
Did he collect it from you?
He was telling me that he will get me a job, he will talk to one of his friends. I said, I'm not working. I'm not going to sit in anybody's office to do any job.
So you always knew that you wanted to be a comedian?
Yes, I didn't know I would be a comedian, but I wanted to be an actor. I just love seeing people on TV. I'd always wanted to act. So I tried acting. Acting was the first attempt. I tried it didn't work. I paid for so many auditions.
What do you mean it didn't work? Please tell us about that.
Okay, I went for so many auditions. You know, those auditions you pay for, you pass the audition.
You pay?
Yes, you pay for the audition, you pass the audition, and you end up not getting any role. There are times you'll be invited for casting. And you have passed, you'll be casted, they'll tell you to buy uniform that you're playing student role. You go pay for uniform, finish. That uniform, you no see role. So I tried this several times, it didn't work. Now, since the idea was to make people laugh, because I'd always made people laugh right from when I was still very young. So I now said, okay, let me try comedy. So I saw Alamblo then on TV. You know Alamblo, very old comedian. So I saw him on Galaxy TV that day. So my mind just, okay, I will look for this guy. I didn't know how to see him. So when I was looking at Anthony Village, Anthony at Maryland, that Maryland side, I saw his banner, it was his house. So I went in and said, so I want to be a comedian.
Just like that.
So I want to be a comedian. He now looked at me. You know, those days, being a comedian, you must be raz. You must look dirty or rough. But being a very gentle guy, he looked at me. He said, you're too gentle to be a comedian. I'm not sure you can be a comedian. I said, I can be a comedian. So he invited me over to the house in our audition. Those days, you audition comedians. Tell them, make me laugh. And I cracked. He said, you have your own jokes? I said, I've been writing these things since so. This in Imbo, because I tell stories basically. So I just told him some stories, true life story. The man laughed, and he brought me into his TV show. That was how I started Alamblo, Laughter World comedy show on Galaxy TV there with Alamblo. And that was how it started for me. So
now let me ask you, what is it that has made this industry blossom so much? I don't know if you follow.
I understand.
Yes. Because, I mean, a comedian now is hot in demand.
Yeah.
Is it that Nigerians are more stressed, that they need people like you to relieve stress for them by making them laugh, or what?
Well, Nigerians are stressed too. We are very stressed, and a lot of people find it difficult to laugh. That is why they try their best to laugh by inviting comedians. Unlike when you go abroad, once a comedian says something small, everybody is laughing. Nigeria, you go walk, because the problem here is too much. And a lot of doctors have told people, this thing you drink, so it did not work. They'll give you medications, it will not say, go and find a comedian. So we have rich people who invite comedians become medication. Yes, now you have taken medication, the stress, no, you're still depressed, you're still having issues with the health. So a lot of rich people invite comedians to their houses. Yes.
So what do you do when you get to their houses?
You play while eating and drinking, you're cracking jokes, and you're being paid for it though.
This is new.
So you go to an in-house restaurant.
Yes, you're eating and drinking, you're making them laugh, you know. So you may not really come.
Busy transferring money to your account.
Yes. You may not come as a stand-up and start cracking jokes. You're just there to entertain them, or you play with them, you freestyle, you laugh, and you collect your money, they go house. Yes.
Correct guy.
Yeah. But then at a point we started having issues with that because the comedy industry was having issues, but they don't want to accept it. You know, issues of people stealing people's jokes. So those kind of things were no longer working for some people. Like there is a particular rich man in Nigeria who owns a telecommunication company. He invites comedians to the house. So before you go there now, they will now audition you. The person in charge will audition you. What do you want to talk? Because they've said everything there. Now, like, for instance, I've not been there, but they've said my joke there. So the day I got there, I did not pass. They don't crack my joke there. So this thing became a serious issue. At the point, our fans started having issues with us. Like some people will be saying that comedians are not cracking, saying the same joke. The different comedians are not saying the same jokes. So it became a major problem. And I believe we'll work on that.
But why is that an issue? I ask that because musicians do covers of each other's songs.
Okay.
There's this song by, is it Otis Redding? My Girl.
Oh, it's been done by,
I
think only Alero hasn't done it.
Okay. So that song is very old, maybe like something in the 60s.
Yes.
Michael Jackson has done it. Stevie Wonder has done it. I think Luther Vandross also. So many people have done the same song. So why can't comedians remix?
Remix. Now let's take it from this. Musicians give credit and they pay royalty to the original owners of the songs. You know that. But comedians don't. A comedian will steal your joke with confidence. When we started comedy, it wasn't like this. Everybody had their jokes. You knew Basket Mouth is his joke. You knew the social person with his joke. But suddenly, my generation of comedians, because we have different generations of comedians, when my generation came, they started saying people's jokes. A lot of people left comedy because of this. Because comedians have their hit jokes. Now, when your hit joke is stolen, you are paralyzed. Just like a musician cannot blow without a hit song. Now you now have your hit song for you to shine with it. Now a comedian has struggled. That time even to cook up a joke. You try the joke here, it will not work. You go back home, you fix it. The next, somebody steals it. You become stranded. So a lot of comedians have left the comedy industry because of this thing.
I remember you referred to it at our
DSS.
DSS. I don't remember if I'll be right to say that you said that you don't tell other people's jokes.
Yes. And I did a show, to project that. I did my show, Comedy Checkup, because we had a lot of issues. The senior colleagues could not fight it. They couldn't fight it because I think they have tried their best. At least monetizing comedy alone is, we can applaud them for that. So at least they have made it a money-making venture. So it is now left for us to regulate it, to do any other thing we can do about it. Because if you don't do it, you will be the one to suffer it.
Okay.
The guys who are making the money don't have the jokes. Most of them don't own the jokes. And the real owners of the jokes are home, hungry.
Now quickly, I need to ask you this. What is it that happened to our society that made it a thing for comedians to thrive? When I was growing up, there were no comedians. Maybe at best we had Shaky Shaky and Alao on radio.
Yeah.
I think that was the closest we had to it.
And along the line came John Chuku.
John God.
And this guy on radio, I Go Die.
But they were not stand-ups.
They were
not stand-ups. So what happened to our society that it transformed to one in which you guys came in and you actually, you took it to the level of
an
industry. It became an industry.
I think a lot of innovations have come that we never believed would work. But over time, we bought into it. It's just like the first time I heard about ATM card. They said you will no longer carry your money, it's not cash, you hold it. I said, which I go hold ATM. But suddenly ATM came out, and we are all using it. So somebody had carried too much money, and the person said, we can still put this in one card and go somewhere and withdraw it, and it's working. So when comedy came, people were enjoying it on radio. At a point, they wanted to see those people on radio on stage. So, and those people then were funny on radio. You get? Now, people wanted to also laugh at their events. So they brought most of them as their MCs, while some were invited as comedians, but they were not actually doing the type of stand-up we were doing. They were more like clowns who just come, do one or two things, and they leave. But some set of guys, the ones who made it what it is now, decided to start telling stories. And now we have different style of comedy now. Unlike those days, you just do a joke. Those days, you could just do a fiction, say monkey talk to rat, and people were laughing at those things. And those things didn't make sense to me. But people were laughing at those things.
Monkey talk to rat.
So people were laughing at those jokes. Now, a new set of intelligent people came, started doing intelligent jokes, started doing realistic jokes. And we have audience for all these things. There are audience that there are kind of stories you will do, they will not laugh. So like the elites will not want to laugh at a joke, talk to rats, rats talk to rat, now saw yam, and started looking at the yam, started talking to the yam couldn't answer that. The elites will not want to listen to those kind of jokes. Now, those guys have their own clients, they have their audience. You understand? So we have different types. So I want to thank you people for accepting it. Because if you did not accept comedy, where I go come the I will now become a celebrity just to the crack joke. You come in to come and interview me.
Okay. Now that we're talking about this, I'd like you to. I've been told many times,
Yeah.
and I know you know, that a lot of work goes into every joke.
Yes.
I was at Alibaba Spontaneity last year, and had a hard time understanding why the young folks then seemingly couldn't just get it, because most of the questions that were being asked are more or less contemporary current affairs issues.
Yeah.
Here is a word, crack a joke around it. I mean, that was, the whole idea, and was so the same thing is talked about originality.
Yes.
So tell us about what goes into engineering a joke. Tell us the process that anyone watching, so that people will understand or appreciate when you say, bring $500,000 for me to come to your event.
Okay. Sometimes it depends on individual. There's a way you think. I may see something and it will be funny to me and it's not funny to you. So once I find it funny to me, I'll start working on it. Okay, for instance, I did a joke on women don't like Nigerian products anymore. So it happened in the market. I went to the market with my sister, with one of my cousins that visited me. So I wanted to buy this. She would say, "Na Nigeria own." And she would say, Holland product. They would say, no, USA. I said, I got this waiting Nigerian product. And I said, when I got to buy pepper, they brought one pepper. They brought Nigerian pepper. She said, no. They not showed that. She not asked them, do they have Ghana or Cameroon pepper? I said, waiting Nigerian product. Yes, we have Ghana, Cameroon pepper.
Yes, there's Cameroon pepper. You know that.
No, I know there's Cameroon pepper.
So,
but what's the big deal? Pepper is pepper.
You get it? So that was how that joke came. Somebody else will see it and overlook it. You get it? So and after that, working on foreign things ladies use, check their hair. Ladies no longer use their natural hair. You see Brazilian hair, Brazilian hair, Cambodian hair, Indian hair. There's another one, bone straight. And ladies love these things. You ask them why, they say it is real human hair. And I say, your own hair and animal hair. so now,
this is real human hair.
But then you will not use this one, you prefer the Indian hair.
Not maybe this.
You don't say because una don't old.
Yeah.
Thank you. You don't fancy.
It's a compliment.
Yes, you don't fancy all these latest things. Because you're not, but the new girls, that is why most guys are still single.
Why?
To afford all these foreign things is not easy. That time to go on a date with a girl, during your days, just go on a date with you, you drink water and you go home. You go on a date with a girl, you must carry human hair. Before na pizza, no say pizza don't already finish. Pizza shawarma before, now they will tell you say, my hair. I said, what do this one will carry? So it's crazy. Now this is the process. Now you will go on stage and do that. Maybe with the way it happened in the market, you now go on stage and do a joke on it. It may not enter, but you know it is funny.
It may not enter.
Yeah, you understand? So you now go home and say, this thing is funny. You now rewrite it. Okay, let's put it from here, put it. You now go to another show, say it. They laugh. At a point, they don't laugh again. Say, no, they must laugh. So you go back again. At times, you would have been booed.
You go and remix it.
Yeah, go and remix it. Now you now lie one lie inside. But that story came from a true life story. You get, you now add something inside, and it is bam.
Are all your jokes from true life stories?
Yeah, I tell stories, my true life stories. So at times you could just do some imaginary things, but it is inspired
by something that happened.
By something that happened.
There are those who, a friend of mine went and visited Alibaba and saw a library like that of a school.
Yeah.
And I know that there are a number of people, comedians like that as well, who have huge libraries and they study. So is that something also that you would suggest to anyone who is hoping to become a comedian as well?
Okay.
Because it's still like, just as you said, my apologies, most young people don't like to read.
Yes. So reading makes you makes you think faster. For instance, when somebody is spontaneous, most times what we call spontaneity did not just happen. I need to address that.
One way.
Yes, it has been in your mind in one way or the other, because either you have read about something and you not thought about that thing, but you don't know when to say it, and you didn't say it out when it to be useful, but you have it in your head. So then you, for instance, now I not see one foreign thing, maybe a lady calls, I not talk about that joke. I have said, I've thought about it before. It has happened before. Then you not say the person is spontaneous. Whereas it had happened, that person had experienced such thing, you have read about something like that, you've had it in your subconscious.
So it's like you're saying now that anyone who wants to go for spontaneity, or anyone who wants to go on such a tangent should be a reader, someone who does research.
Where there are times, okay, when I was planning my show, I had to use public transport. You understand? At times, as an artist, you may not want to use it because of packaging. Not because you get moto, you're the other. You understand? But that one was intentional. So I entered the bus from Ikorodu to Oshodi, just to and fro like that, and I saw a lot of things. They said things inside that bus. One man saw
Juju. You got home.
I said, right. I was writing in the bus. Now, at times you need some real life stories. One man sold juju inside motor. People said to someone, go call sell clothes or go sell medicine. One guy came and he wanted to sell juju.
See trouble.
Selling juju inside motor. And nobody wanted to buy it. Nobody said they no one buy. Because you can be a choir master in your church. Your pastor, they said that boss.
Now, we must start winding down. Baba, I see that among your hobbies is going to the market.
Yes.
Cooking. Yes. And doing house chores.
I do house chores. Yeah. Yesterday I didn't go out. I was cleaning the house.
And you go to the market?
Yes.
What did you enjoy about the market? Haggling?
I don't know. Okay, I feel people get cheated when I send them to the market.
They get cheated or you get
cheated? You get...
They cheat them, and I mean they suffer, and I mean give them money. So I rather go to the market and price those things myself. Now, apart from that, I enjoy it. Because I don't gym, I don't do the kind of... People say they relax, I don't really do those things. You know, I relax is going to the market.
Oh, really?
Yes, going to the market.
He doesn't go to the gym. He doesn't need the gym.
But some people go just want to get muscle for nothing. Let me say, no one fight anybody.
No, we want a six-pack.
What you want? Somebody told me that I should try and work out, that I will have muscle. I said, no one fight anybody.
Chidi Uzoma, Baba. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
And we wish you all the best for 2023.
Thank you. Thank you.
And that wraps up Sunrise for this first Saturday of 2023. Thank you for letting us be a part of your morning. I'm Alero Edu, wishing you all the best through this week and the year.
Well, it's the year is young. Don't forget to go get your PVCs. I'm Ayo Makede. Have a wonderful weekend and the rest of your year.